I've seen
Okay,
Portugal, Massachusetts,
wonderful.
New Mexico.
So we are live on YouTube as well. Hi, everybody watching over on YouTube. And I will say again, I'm Jocelyn Starfeather. I am here with Robin Rose Bennett, and she has an amazing presentation for you today called Plants as Healing Allies. And we are also here with Anna and Kathleen from the Quantum School team, who do the most amazing work to make all of these incredible Quantum School courses just shine and really serve out all of you in the very best way. So thank you, Anna and Kathleen.
Presentation for you today called Plants as Healing Allies.
One moment.
And
As YouTube kicks in on my other screen. Okay. So welcome everybody. If you're watching on Zoom, put your name and location in the chat. And if you're watching on YouTube, either live or later as the recording, go ahead and put your name and location into the comments. We would love to welcome you in. Welcome Ingrid in Portugal. Welcome Stephanie in Brooklyn. Welcome Bridget in Oregon. Welcome Carrie in Spain. Janice in Alberta, Canada. Christina in Finland. Shannon in New Jersey, Rich in California, Barb in Sydney, Esther in Montclair, New Jersey, and so many more. Welcome, everybody. We are just so excited that you are here with us today. So Robin Rose Bennett is here with us. We are so honored and delighted to have her here. Hi again, Robin Rose. Thank you so much for being with us today.
hello, beautiful Jocelyn Starfeather. I'm really excited to be here with you and you and you and everyone.
Yes, we are just so excited about what you will share with us today. And your presentation today is called Plants as Healing Allies, a ritual and experiential adventure beyond separation and into love. I know this is going to be just so powerful and so healing for all of us. And before I turn it over to you, Robin Rose, I just want to give a little introduction to your work for those who may not know you. I know many people on here know you already and have read your amazing books, but just in case for those who haven't met you yet, Robin Rose has offered classes in herbal medicine and earth spirit teachings since 1986 at herb conferences, festivals, medical and nursing schools, and most joyously, outside with the plants. Robin Rose shares herbal medicine with gratitude for the loving generosity of the plants and the magic, mystery, and beauty of the web of life. And she has many amazing books, as I briefly mentioned there. Her work is just incredible. So with that brief introduction, Robin Rose, I will turn it over to you. And I'm here if you need anything technologically, so just let me know. But we are so excited to hear what you will share with us today.
Thank you so much. Okay, hello, everyone. So yeah, let's dive into a world of plants and love. And plants immediately bring us into or invite us into a place of interconnection. And I would like to read a little snippet from, it's actually not one of my books, but it is a book I contributed to, a beautiful book called The Generosity of Plants. And this is what I wanted to share with you as we start. We animals are only 0.3% of our planet's biomass, while plants are 85%. It is obvious that every story that takes place on our planet has, in one way or another, a leading role for plants. The planet is a green world. It is a planet of plants. It is not possible to tell a story about it that does not stumble across its most numerous inhabitants. That plants do not show up in our experiences, or if they happen to creep into them, they only have a role as a colorful extra. This is a total removal from our perceptive horizon of these living beings on whom all life on earth depends. Stefano Mancuso wrote that. And so, as I said, diving into the world of plants, and someone is saying you can't hear. Is that better? Let me know. Make sure I am audible, please. I will speak a little louder too. Okay, beautiful. So the world of plants and the world of love. So then I wanted to, I did a little, both of the readings, the one I just did and the one I'm about to do, I did the practice of bibliomancy. And in this case, I asked for a message that would be the most helpful and relevant for this time that we have together. And I opened to the one I just read, and then the one from one of my own books, A Green Witch's Pocketbook of Wisdom. I opened to this, like just again, asked for the message, opened the book, and what I opened to was love heals. Love heals. Love doesn't ask for anything, it simply is invisible, potent, impossible to fully define, and whether it's expressed gently or fiercely, love is the most powerful healing force on earth. This is what I've found to be true in my 4 decades now of being a student and apprentice to the plants. Plants heal through love, and love is the most healing force on the earth. So, what I want to invite you into is an experience of how looking at plants through a visionary perception, looking at plants in their reality as beings, as our elders on the planet, literally, um, our teachers, our healers. When we approach the plants in this way with the deepest respect, um, we feel the love in them. It wakes the love in us, and so the plants and this love together bring us into a place of strength and a place of hope, and brings out our wisdom and our joy. And in the time that we're in, with the incredible stresses that we experience we are in a time of radical evolution, radical transformation, the time when the world that we're in is crumbling, the systems of that world, and the world we are midwifing into being and birthing into being is here and yet not here everywhere, right? We can bring it alive in our lives, and the plants are so helpful with this. So as you know, um, if you've looked at the links to join me, I said the plant we would turn to today is the loving plant known as motherwort. Wort is an old English word for weed, right? Which refers to not that famous weed, but wild plants. Wild plants untame us. Wild plants also provide us with potent medicine and food that nourishes us to the very essence of our being, or at the cellular level, the spiritual level, all of it. So motherwort is the plant we're going to meditate with in a short while. But I wanted to share with you that having a visionary lens doesn't necessarily mean we have to ignore the science either. So, for example, motherwort is Leonurus cardiaca, botanically named Leonurus cardiaca. And that means, translates to the lion-hearted one, the lion-hearted one. And that's what we need. We need to bring out our lion hearts to move through the time that we're in a profoundly intentional way. And also, again, I can't stress this enough, with joy. We, I'm not saying that we repress the grief of what's going on, of what we see and hear around us, the injustices and all of it. And yet, what I am saying is plants help us tune to the greatest joy in which grief is held without overwhelming us. And that's so important. Um, so, back to my friend here, motherwort, Leonurus cardiaca. If we look through the scientific lens, we learn all about leonurine, right? An alkaloid, a chemical in the plant that is studied and shown to be anti inflammatory, antioxidant, Cardioprotective. Yes, you are all of those things, motherwort. I just dug up this plant this morning because I realized I was going to bring a leaf, and I was like, no, let me bring the whole life plant to share with you all. And her friends were like, where are you taking her? I said, she has teaching to do this morning. And they were like, oh, okay then. So, Leonorine, I don't know if Leonurus cardiaca really cares so much about Leonorine, but you know, when science looks at a plant and sees Leonorine, they say, "Oh, wow, this plant has potential." And now I'm literally quoting one of the studies. This makes me laugh. To be a hot new drug to prevent heart disease, various types of heart disease, various types of brain diseases. So this hot new drug is a very old hot plant, right? It's not a drug. We don't have to, we can acknowledge the chemical constituent of leonorine, but we don't have to limit and fragment plants to their so-called active ingredients because that's simply not really reflecting the totality of what they have, who they are, of what they have to offer. And really, plants heal through love. Plants heal through love. I've said it before and I'll keep saying it. They do. The plants love us. One of my indigenous teachers who I was fortunate to spend some time with, and not a lot of time, but being in her presence influenced me deeply on my Green Witch path. And her name is Kiwe Denokwe. She's an ancestor now. And she said, and I opened my first book, Healing Magic, with this quote: of all the creatures of the earth, the plants have remained truest to their original instructions, which is to share themselves generously for the benefit of all beings. So we thank the plants. And when you are outside, I suggest to you just notice where, kind of, if a plant or a tree um, makes you feel something, calls you over. Um, that's a wonderful way to start or continue deepening your connection, your personal connection with the plants, because they have general medicine. Like I can say, motherwort helps the rhythm of our hearts through nourishing, calming, and strengthening our nervous system. But motherwort also has messages that are unique to you or me or Jocelyn Starfeather that will be so appropriate in the moment that we sit and perhaps ask or open ourselves. And the simplest way I've ever been taught to do that, and I've now taught to thousands of people, is to consciously connect through breath. Offering your breath, your out breath to a plant or tree, and they inhale that carbon dioxide that you can't use. They breathe it in, and then they exhale, and you breathe in the oxygen they can't use. And this reciprocal relationship is always happening. We're the only ones who have forgotten about it. So, that is a beautiful, simple way to bring yourself into connection with any plant, any tree, anywhere, city, country, suburb, it doesn't matter. They're always ready to love. They're always ready to heal, to listen. And they're not just for us, right? They are their own beings. So, but what I would like to do now is I'd like to take you into your own experience of connecting with motherwort, with Leonurus cardiaca, the lion-hearted one. And maybe we can invite in some lion goddesses as well, like Bast, the cat goddess, or Sekhmet, the lion goddess, to come be with us, because these are energies that are awakening now in this time on the earth when we are helping dominator cultures to go down and bringing back the goddess, bringing back what she represents, which is power with, justice for all, all the good things, compassion, connection, relationship. Um, yeah. all of us matter. All of us are essential. So, the last thing I want to say to you before I go into the meditation is if you've been feeling overwhelmed, and who of us hasn't from time to time to time, what happens as you deepen your earth connection with the help of these beautiful, loving plants is that it gives you a place to come home to your center again and again and again. And then you, as the plant knows who the plant is, the plant helps you know who you are. And once you have that, once you know who you are, which of course keeps unfolding, then your gifts, what you're here to offer, come through you as naturally as the exhale follows the inhale. So, with that thought, I want to guide you into a journey with this plant who I really can't imagine how did I ever live without this wild weed called motherwort. So, I want to invite you to close your eyes or put your gaze softly on the plant, right? That's why she's here. So either eyes closed or gazing softly at motherwort. Breathe and quiet your mind and move into the rhythm of your breathing, in and out, and in and out, like the beating of your heart, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. And there's one of two ways that I'm going to suggest that you go from here. You can, of course, do anything you want, but the two ways I will suggest are you can either imagine that you are sitting outside with a motherwort plant or in a motherwort patch, or perhaps you want to ask if you could be invited to come inside of a motherwort. Whatever works for you, whether you are sitting outside, breathing, connecting, or traveling up inside the very, very square stalk of this mint plant, motherwort, who is a very old plant and said to be a plant that brings immortality in all of the myths, especially from the East, brings immortality. Moving into the plant or sitting with the plant, I invite you to feel what it feels like to have a square stalk connecting you with the earth. Like take a moment to feel that stability of this perfectly square shape that connects you to your little tiny annual roots that are not deep in the soil. They're just kind of close to the surface. And you can either imagine if you're sitting with the plant or feel if you are one with the plant, breathing the earth's nourishment up through your square stalk, which is sort of furry and hairy a bit, by the way, and then having that the nutrients that you're breathing in from the earth, the minerals and the vitamins and the moisture, forming stalks that come out of your central square stalk, forming stalks that connect there and then open up into these palm like, maple like, hand like shaped leaves. A wide surface leaf that if you are in the plant, just feel what it feels like to unfurl and open. If you're sitting with the plant, you might take a leaf and stroke your cheek with it in your imagination. Soft and furry. And there's a scent that will surround you or exude from you that is bitter. It's a bitter scent. This is not a mint like apple mint or chocolate mint or spearmint. This is a bitter mint, and perhaps that is part of her medicine that helps us understand that bitterness is a part of the human experience. We need bitters to help our digestion. We need bitters to help our nervous system. And you might explore in your own way how this bitter scent helps you to understand that bitter experiences as well as sweet ones are all part of the human existence, are all part of our whole humanity, that the things that are hard for us also open our hearts, also grow our compassion. Motherwort may invite you to ease yourself. You may feel your actual heart and breath slowing down, growing steady. One of the things that this friend of mine is famous for is for helping irregular rhythms come into a new tempo. Um, and I had a image come to me I want to share with you. Imagine, if you will, the four chambers of your heart, right? Emptying and filling and emptying and filling. Another way to say that could be receiving and giving and receiving and giving, and perhaps the blood that's being sent back to your heart through your veins might be liquid love. And then the blood that goes out to the rest of your body through your arteries is also love that you're sharing with your body through the gift of the strength of your heart. Sometimes Motherwort might invite you to imagine a little tiny version of yourself right in the center of those four chambers of your heart. And just being there, feeling the heartbeat, receiving love from your own heart, and letting that wash through you. If it was spring or summer, you might be moving into your flowering stage. And so just imagine either seeing or sprouting, blossoming, these beautiful little pink or purple orchid-like flowers, just opening up out of your leaves, out of the buds. And guess what? These beautiful, beautiful flowers are sometimes the most bitter part of motherwort, which is why herbalists like to make our medicine when this plant is in flower. But these flowers come out and they're beautiful, and the bees love them. The pollinators love the motherwort flowers. Leonurus cardiaca, she helps you be lion-hearted. She helps you feel the calm that comes from courage, or feel the courage that comes from calmness. Motherwort is amazing, as you are no doubt experiencing, to help us release anxiety. At every age, every stage of our lives, this plant is helpful. So helpful, so helpful. Thank you, Motherwort. And guess what? After the flowers are done, they're pollinated, they're ready to set seed, they get surrounded with these really spiky husks. Really spiky husks. So maybe there's a message in there that we are also allowed to be protective of our hearts, protective of the next generation, right? The seeds. When we open our hearts in the way Motherwort helps us to do, we open our hearts to ourselves, which increases our ability to say no when that is the appropriate thing to say to somebody else. No and yes, and yes and no. To come into the truth of your heart is to come into the truth of yourself. To learn to hear the truth of your heart heals everything. It helps heal everything. your nervous system particularly, and your nerves are part of every single part of your physical self. They exist everywhere in your body. So now I'd like to be a little quiet for the next minute or so that you can ask if there's a message that Motherwort has for you, or perhaps one of those cat or lion goddesses who hangs out with Motherwort, a message that is for you in this moment, perhaps a message about how to nourish your own calm or center or courage or rhythm, timing. So as you sit with Motherwort, I think I will just play a little rattle for a minute. Ah, depending upon the audio settings, you might not hear the rattle, so I will hum. And as you receive whatever is there for you in this moment, whether it is with words or a feeling or an image or a color, perhaps you find you have some form of gift that you want to put down by the plant as a thank you in your imagination, in your journey, an offering. It can be anything. It could be a song, it could be a piece of hair, it could be a crystal, it could be water, tobacco, whatever is meaningful to you. And as you begin to make your way back, kind of taking in whatever that message was for yourself, I'd like to share one tiny snippet of a chant I love. We are one with the soul of the earth, Mother Earth. We are one with the soul of the earth, Mother Earth. We are one with the soul of our earth, Mother Earth. And I can't see you, but I do welcome you to jot anything down that you'd like to note from your journey. And if you were in the plant, do breathe yourself down, out from the flowers, the leaves, the stems, the central square stalk. Come back out of the plant all the way out through the roots and then up into the bottoms of your feet, and bring your essence all the way back into yourself. That is polite etiquette when journeying into a plant, is bring yourself all the way back. So let you be you and the plant be the plant, and you can breathe together for a moment if you would like to have that transition moment. There are so many medicinal benefits to the plant. But for today, I really wanted to hone in on her spiritual gift of courage and that one physical gift of how Motherwort helps with relieving anxiety, especially emotional anxiety, anxiety in our hearts. It's a very nurturing plant, is motherwort, the motherweed, the motherweed.
Thank
And
you so much, Robin Rose. This was so beautiful, and I don't want to end too early. So if you had more to say, please go on.
oh, about motherwort. Well, I can say that motherwort helps us know we're strong enough to be gentle, which is a beautiful medicine, you know. And I'm grateful for these thank you messages. I'm glad that you enjoyed your journey with Leonurus cardiaca, the lion-hearted one. She has other nicknames too, but that's my favorite one, right? And courage, right? The word comes from French coeur, the heart, right? Courage comes from coeur, strong heart. And always and always, the spiritual medicine of a plant will be matched by the physical medicine that the plant offers. That's my kind of gold standard of, is this spiritual teaching about the plant legit? Is it grounded? Because I love magic and I love mysticism, and my approach to it is that it needs to be reflected in reality and in the magic of daily reality. So, motherwort, yeah. And I'll say one other thing. In my kids' book, I have a part where I say what the plant says. And what motherwort says is, you are braver than you think, and I bring comfort when you need it.
Oh, that is just so beautiful. So, so beautiful.
Thank you, motherwort.
Yes, yes, yes. Profound gratitude to Mother Wart. Thank you for being here with us today, Mother Wart.
I promised her I'd plant her back after the class.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Wow, this was so beautiful. And Robin Rose, we had a request. If you could do the humming one more time, would you be willing to? It was so beautiful. And one person asked for that. Only if you
I mean,
feel
it was in the moment. I don't know what I did, but I can hum definitely. Here, let me bring my ally back.
thank you, thank you. Yes, as someone just said, your humming is very healing.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. Oh, and I just feel that I have such a brand new understanding about motherwort. I knew a little bit about this plant, but you have taken it way, way to the next level. So thank you so much for that. And the lion-hearted, how beautiful, how amazing.
And really how outstandingly bitter this plant is a strong characteristic. So I feel she really helps us digest the bitter aspects.
Amazing, amazing. Yes. Wow. So thank you so much for this presentation. And thank you everybody watching for your wonderful comments. So glad that you are receiving a lot from this beautiful share from Robin Rose. And if you have enjoyed this little small segment, you will absolutely love the amazing course that Robin Rose is going to be sharing through the Quantum School, which we will present to you now. So I hope you'll enjoy learning about this course as well. And yeah, just love all the beautiful comments. Thank you, everybody, for your shares. So I'm going to share my screen with you all. And there is an amazing journey that Robin Rose has created for you called Herbal Self-Care as a Radical Act, Soulful Rituals to Heal Self and Culture. And she will be teaching this through the Quantum School starting on October 22nd, just 2 weeks from now. And you are all invited. And we would love to have you join us if this resonates for you, if this feels aligned for you. And if you'd love to learn more about different herbs, and we'll share all the content with you that you will learn in this class from Robin Rose and her beautiful insights and all the wisdom that she carries from her decades of working with plants in these profound and visionary ways. So, Robin Rose, as we're beginning this conversation about your course, could you tell us, why is this information important for us right now? How is it helping us, especially at this time on our planet?
I think that, um, well, first of all, remembering that we're woven into the web of nature is essential to our evolution. Right? It is the time for that is now. And as we all know, right, we're in a time where it is so challenging and there's so many things outside of us that are calling for our attention, that are calling for our energy. And so knowing how to tend to ourselves wisely so that we have the energy to do what is ours to do is, it's, it's essential, right? You cannot give what you don't have, right? And we are all needed to give our gifts. And what I've seen over and over again is that plants have this incredibly magical way of helping us uh, come to discover and own our gifts, and then they help us have the courage to come forth with them, to speak them. And if we are indeed the ones we've been waiting for, then we have to stop waiting. The time is now. We are in a truly a now or never moment in terms of claiming our love for this beautiful planet and one another, right? And so to wake ourselves up, the plants are enormously helpful.
Yes, yes, yes. That's so beautiful. And I think it is really important the way you've worded this here with self-care as a radical act.
Yeah, because I've, worked with people who are like, well, isn't it selfish, to get into a healing bath when, I could be out in the street or whatever. It's not, it's like leonorine or love. It's not either or, it's both and. And, one of the things that I was taught by another, thank you, Indigenous woman, Twyla Nitch, Yewano Two Wolves, was always finish like every prayer, every blessing on a refill. Take in a blessing for yourself so that the next time you give from fullness. You give because you're overflowing with it. And that really, Jocelyn, is the thing about that the plants gave me that made me know I needed to teach, I needed to share, because I also just love to be quiet and write, and here I am out in a big way, because it's overflowing. It's such a precious gift that it's essential to share it. The plants have helped me fall in love with being alive, and I've watched that happen for so many people. And I was definitely spiritual long before I started working with the plants, but I wouldn't say that I loved life the same way that this earth connection has awoken in me, and it is everything.
Mm. Yes, yes, yes. And I think we have an important choice to make at this time because we can see all the things that are happening in the world, and we can be in anxiety or fear or the different, difficult emotions that may come up, or we can choose ourselves and we can choose to ground and center and do the things that are needed, like self-care is a radical act, to bring ourselves back to truth, back to the light, and to hold those highest frequencies. And that will make all the difference as far as what's going on in our world around us.
Yeah, and again, it's about wholeness. It's not, joy doesn't exist independent of grief, right?
Mhm.
Pleasure doesn't exist independent of pain, just as sweet doesn't exist independent of bitter. It's about embracing it all. And I go back to the very beginning where I said plants teach us, bring us right away into connection. because if you look at the plants growing, right, they're in communities, they're intertwined with everybody else, with the trees and the mushrooms and the other plants and they teach us how to do that, how to do that.
So beautiful. Well, I want to share more with everybody about your wonderful course here. And we invite you all to come and check out this whole page. Of course, I'm not going to read everything on the page right now, but we will put a link in the chat now for you to come and check this out at your own pace as well. But we will tell you a little bit about what is included and what to expect. So, as it says here, just imagine if you had your own toolkit of herbal rituals that really supported you, helped you feel nourished every single day. And
Mm,
imagine if you could connect more deeply with your wise elders, the plants, who truly are all of our elders, to guide you home and so you can experience your true soul expression. Imagine if your self care became a radical act of love,
mm,
really filling you up, as Robin was saying, and overflowing with your gifts that you are bringing to the world in these beautiful ways. And
yeah.
imagine if we could shift culture together as you are nurturing peace, well being, and joy in every aspect of yourself in the communities around you. These are the potentials of what we can do here, each of us individually, all of us together, as we engage with the magic and the wisdom of the plants.
Hmm. Yeah, because we're all needed. You know, we're like spokes on a wheel. Every spoke is needed for the wheel to turn. There's no one who is exempt from this. We need you.
Yes.
You
It is
matter.
an,
Yeah,
it is an all hands on deck kind of time.
it absolutely is.
Yes. So, this is an amazing 4 week journey where you will learn a new ritual in every class session, and you will experience profound healing here while working with the plants, guided by Robin Rose. And you can come here and read more about Robin's work and the amazing things that she's been doing in the world. I know some of your books are listed a little further down the page here, Robin, so people can reference those. My 12-year-old daughter has been reading your book for kids, and it's just amazing. It's so beautiful. It's a wonderful
Thank,
journey for her.
thank you, thank you.
Yes. So we want to share with you next, everybody, the modules and what you will learn each week. And before we go into that, I'll just say, and you can see there's so much here for you to check out on the page, but I will just give you the logistical details so you can have that in mind. The course will start on November 22nd, and it will be weekly on Wednesdays at this same time as this webinar is.
October 22nd.
Oh, sorry, October 22nd. Did I say some other month?
Yes, you did.
I'm traveling through all time and space every day here. So yes, starting October 22nd, and the classes will be held on Wednesdays at 12 noon New York time, which if you're on live with us, we started at 12 noon New York time, so it will be that same timing. And classes will be about 90 minutes or so each week. They will be held live on Zoom. You will be live with Robin Rose. There will be a chance to ask questions and engage with her. And also, every class will be recorded. So, those audio and video recordings will be sent out soon after each class. So, if you can't make a couple of them, or maybe you can't make all of them, it's okay. And I know we have all different time zones of people attending, so if you can't attend live, it is okay. You will still receive all the transmissions, all the practices, everything included in the class via recording. And let's look at the modules then. So starting October 22nd, we will have module 1, Crossing the Veil, Preparing for Samhain. And you will notice, I'll just note this too, these modules are so beautifully timed to prepare you for the week or two ahead, right? And I love how you've designed it that way, Robin Rose. So tell us more about module 1 and what everybody will learn and experience.
Okay, well, so we're getting very close to that time now. Maybe some of you are already feeling it, where the veils between the worlds of form and formless thin, and we have more access than usual to guidance, to ancestors, to future generations. And so we'll be working with how to feel that energy, how to sense it, One of the things I'm excited about is sharing a like a magical herbal bath with you in each module. In this one, it's linden, which I found beautiful for helping us really move between the worlds. And I'll discuss um, some of my favorite plants that also help us tune to that energy of I mean, it's the most magical time of the year in terms of all worlds being accessible. So we'll work with hawthorn, the grandmother. She's a grandmother tree with big thorns and sexy flowers. Calendula, very classic herb for that time, especially with Dio de los Muertos. Ginkgo biloba and linden, as I mentioned. And ginkgo biloba is kind of amazing too because she is that tree is the oldest flowering tree on the planet, 200 million years old. So we'll explore the physical and spiritual medicine of these plants that night. And I will give you guidance of how to set up your own Samhain ritual. Samhain, in case you don't know, being the Celtic name for Halloween. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Wonderful. This is amazing. Did you say that ginkgo biloba is 200 million years old?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
I did
did.
not know that.
Yeah, and and there's nothing that you'll need to have for the class, but there will be suggestions of things you might like to have.
Okay, wonderful. And let's look at module 2. This will be on October 29th, and it is called Bathing in Moonlight, Full Moon Herbs for Shining Brightly. Could you tell us more about that, Robin Rose?
Yeah, working with the cycles of the moon has changed my experience of being alive in a body on the earth as much as the plants have, which is saying a lot. So I love to share moon wisdom because it's kind of like motherwort attuning us to rhythm. Moon attunes us to our psychic rhythms, our inner rhythms, the lunar cycle, right, of going from dark to light and light to dark. So here we'll be preparing for that big bright energy of the full moon and working with how does that guide us to embody that there are times to really put ourselves out there and then there's times to come inside of ourselves. So what the full moon energy is about in terms of self-expression, special ways of self-care, and then herbs that I'll want to share, herbs that I connect with celebrating the full moon. I'll show you how to make a rose mint oil bath, and that's very uplifting. It won't be a motherwort mint. It'll be one of those kind of brighter scented mints. And so we'll look at rose, motherwort, elder, mint, and cinnamon. All beautiful, vibrant, uplifting herbs. And when I say we'll look at, I'll be sharing very specific things about how to prepare them, best forms in which to use them, options. Can we use this as a tea or a smoke or or an oil or a bath? So I'll be, into the whole, again, the spiritual mirror of what the plants reflect for us, but also very practical in terms of how to bring them into your daily life.
Amazing, amazing. And I can see here, Robin, that we are going to be connecting with the herbs so deeply, but also with the cycles, the
Yes.
the moon cycle, the seasonal cycle. I love how you've woven that in.
Yeah, absolutely. Going again, the cycle of it's like our inner rhythms are what the moon represents, right? Where we have the solar holidays of like spring and, fall and summer and winter, but the moon cycle is something that we grow and recede. We wax and we wane every month. And so it's learning about what does that cycle feel like inside of you, and how do you work with it with setting intentions. um, yeah, it's very it's the work with the moon cycles is profound.
Yes, it truly is. It
Mhm.
truly is. Okay, amazing. So let's look at module 3 then. This will be held on November 5th. And module 3 is called The Notorious Mercury Retrograde Herbal Allies for Slowing Down.
Yeah, so in this module, and I really had fun kind of coming up with that idea, right? The notorious Mercury retrograde, infamous, right, for the breakdown of things and communication and machines and cars, oh my. But the gifts of Mercury retrograde, the gifts of the remembering, refreshing, reviewing, repairing, on and on we'll go, looking, replenishing. It's a time to slow down, right? It's a time to slow down and get clarity, things that need to be looked at again. And one time I did a meditation with Mercury, and Mercury just laughed and said, "Well, you think you're seeing clearly the rest of the time?" So I thought that was very funny. The universe does have a great sense of humor. And so, it's a very kind of, it can be a very heavy time. So it does help us to lighten up too. And joy truly is medicine. So Mercury retrograde, we'll look at a beautiful bath of elderflower and plantain, which these herbs will help us to both connect to our ancestral guidance. Our form of AI is ancestral intelligence, um, right? So
Love
ancestral intelligence, and then the plantain brings in um, childlike reawakening and joy. And these were two of the first plants, along with rose, who claimed me. So I always have a special joy in teaching about these plants. And then we'll also bring in the beauty and exquisite medicine that rosemary has to offer us. Again, the plant of remembrance, lemon balm, oat straw, skullcap. These are deep
it.
calmatives for the nervous system called nervines, and also dandelion.
That is so wonderful. So wonderful. And, if there's anything we need in our world, I think it is to slow down just at least a little bit.
We need
Uh,
to slow down to rise to the occasion.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so that is the wisdom of the Mercury retrograde for sure.
And
Okay.
that's your blossom in the picture, everybody, just in a basket. So
Which one is that?
that's the elder blossoms. And I know I said that because I know a lot of people are more familiar with the berries. The berries are kind of famous right now, but the traditional medicine is actually more from the flowers,
Okay. They're gorgeous. They look like little stars.
don't they? Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so then module 4 will be held on November 12th, and it is called The Fertile Darkness, New Moon Herbs for Entering the Sacred Cave.
Yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite things to teach about and to be with and to work with is the dark moon. The dark moon is the beginning of each moon cycle. And not only is it a time of enormous fertility for setting a seed of intention in the fertile grounds of your imagination, just like you plant a seed in the garden in the dark. Under the dark moon, we start things. And then as the moon is waxing, right, that vision, that intention can grow. But the other thing that I never knew could happen, as I've done this practice now for a really long time, every month, is that it shifts your experience of time itself. Time moves, like we may know intellectually that time doesn't really move in a straight line, but working with the new moon and the full moon, with the whole moon cycle, helps you to come into an experience that time is actually a spiral, and you're always in the center of it, and it is enlarging and expanding as you move through time. And it's beautiful because it then helps us relax into being present, right, and realizing it's not like there's a beginning, a middle, and end, and if you didn't get thus and so done, by this time you wanted to, you failed. No, because the new moon is back again the next month, and the next month there's that opportunity again. And we'll work with plants that bring us into the dark, into that place of magic inside, right, where we connect with spirit energy to bring about our dreams. Plants like Artemisia vulgaris, commonly called mugwort, renamed cronewort in honor of the wisdom of the grandmothers,
Mm.
plants like white pine that's very abundant in many, many parts of the world, or some pine, which brings peace. And a particular love of mine is grandmother cedar, who is a plant who helps us to reclaim our bodies as sacred space and to learn to walk in with a sense of being in such alignment that we walk through the world feeling safe in our skin, which is really important always, but now more than ever. Now more than ever. And lavender is beautiful, sweet, calming plant. And one of the things that all of this work does, the cyclical work, the ritual work, the plant work, is helps us to be attuned inside and to what's around us so that we get much better at, almost more like animal like, in our ability to respond to even what's coming before it even arrives, if necessary, to be in safety. um, but it's more than instinctual, right? Because we bring also our intuition and intelligence to meet with that instinctive knowledge. And that's how it becomes wisdom. And it just becomes the most natural thing in the world to then care for one another.
I love this. This module in particular feels to me like the deep, deep feminine
Mhm.
and that gentle and forgiving space in the darkness. And it's so powerful, so powerful. So thank you for this. Oh my goodness, this is such a profound journey through these 4 classes that you will share, and meeting amazing herbs in everyone and tuning into the cycles and the seasons in everyone. Is there anything that you would like to say, Robin Rose, about what you hope, I guess, in the big picture of the whole class, what do you hope that students will come away with? What would you like them to receive?
Well, a sense of joy in being who you are is one way to word it. I would give you probably a unique answer every single time you ask me that question. And that a deepening of your own profound sense of being supported, by the plants, by the elements, by all of nature, because none of us can do this alone.
Yes. And we have so much support and help and love and guidance available to us.
Right. And so what I've seen again and again is the plants help you open to that. And so that would be my hope, is that you open to it more and more. And getting a flash of one woman who was working with one particular wild plant, one weed, and one day she was looking for the plant, finding it to work on like her assignments from me. And she came upon the plant, and all of a sudden she said she just stopped cold, and she said, "Ah, this is what joy feels like." So,
Yes, that's so beautiful.
so beautiful. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for all of this that you put together for us. And I want to share with everybody the investment for the class. Now, the regular price for this course is set at 1,800 US dollars. And keep in mind that that is reflecting the decades of experience, the incredible wisdom, the teachings, and the lineages of wisdom that Robin Rose carries, and all of the incredible work that she has done that is going to be brought together and put into this course for you in such a beautiful way. And here in the Quantum School, we believe in sacred economics and financial sovereignty, and for each person to get to choose what is the right investment that they want to make in the course that is perfect for each of them, each of you out there who would like to be a student of this course. And so you are welcome to come here. And as it says here, place your hand on your heart, sense into what is the right amount that is perfect for you and everything going on in your life at this time, and in honoring the sacredness of this course. And you can click here to submit your donation and register. And as soon as we receive your donation, you're in, and you receive the Zoom link, and all the notifications will come to you when the live classes are about to begin and when the recordings are ready. So we hope that all who join will have their lives changed truly by this course and will enjoy so much this time that you experience with Robin Rose and these beautiful teachings and getting to know the amazing herbs and their personalities and their intelligence. So we can go to Q&A in just a minute. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and put those in the chat. And is there anything else that you would like to say, Robin Rose, before we go to the Q&A? Anything else about your course here?
Well, I want to honor that you make the work accessible to anyone and everyone. I just respect this so much, and it's part of why I'm excited to offer this through the quantum school.
Yes. Yeah, we are really delighted to work with you on this. And
Thank you.
it
Thank
is so fun and liberating to be able to share your course and these quantum school courses, on the donation basis with the sacred economics at the heart of all of it. We are so happy to be able to do that.
Yeah, and one of the key things that I see again and again is that each plant knows who they are. They don't want to be somebody else. And we live in a culture that encourages us to envy and feel threatened by or just idolize and put all this stuff outside of ourselves. And so when we take these plants and their teachings into us, they help us know who we are, which
Yeah.
is a
So
great gift.
that is, yeah, perhaps the greatest gift of all, right? To know our true selves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me take a look at some of the questions here. So there's a couple questions I see right away about, is there a list of ingredients? Is there a way to purchase or find the herbs through you or the ones you recommend? So what should people expect around that?
Yes, when people register, they will get a list of suggestions, and I have on my website, I have community resources, places herbs can be mail ordered from. Again, nothing is required, but if you want to have something to drink along, with as I'm teaching about something one night that, can only enhance it. Again, nothing required, but I think we also maybe make a suggestion about a simple altar you might want to have to create a sacred space for each module, because each one will be in and of itself, besides the teaching, will be, as I think you said earlier, Jocelyn, like a healing. Right.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. So yes, you will, when you receive the welcome email for the course, you will receive the recommended resources that you can have on hand for the modules. And I don't know if we have in there the link to your website with recommended, maybe herbal
Places you can purchase.
providers.
Yeah, so it's just my name, robinrosebennett.com.
Okay, and we'll add that into the welcome email so that going forward, everybody will
Yes,
get that.
please. And
That
for any of you who have my book, The Gift of Healing Herbs, there's also a beautiful resource list in the back of it.
Okay, amazing. And is there a place on your website too that lists your books?
Yes, of course there is. Here's The Gift of Healing Herbs. Um, yes, there is. My books are all available through either that website or Robin Rose Bennett books.
Okay,
And they're also widely available
yeah,
anywhere. Yeah.
okay, beautiful. So everybody, you'll be able to find those. Um, let's see. Tara says dry or fresh plants are both okay for this class. Or does
Um,
it depend on the herb?
It'll depend, but typically it would be more likely to be dried. Um, but yeah, anything will be great.
Okay.
But I do tend to make the teas and baths and things from dried herbs. But some of the other preparations are with fresh. I believe we mentioned that in the handout information that we created for this class, which was dry and which were fresh.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So yeah, everybody, you'll get a lot of information when you sign up.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
will be everything you need to navigate the class. Is there a book that one of your books that you most recommend? Is there like a number one book that you would recommend for,
Which is your,
especially for those attending this course?
which is your favorite child? You want to know from me.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite child? I can't do that. As all my students say, the books are complementary. So it depends. It depends. I mean, can I do a short description? Would you like me to do a short description? Okay. So Healing Magic is my first book, and it is filled with exercises, practices of how to reconnect with the earth, engage moon magic and mystery. It's yeah. So that's moon magic and women's wisdom is a beautiful chapter in this book. It's got herbal info, but it's primarily spiritual and earth connection and moon connection practices. The Gift of Healing Herbs is the tome is filled with lots of user-friendly recipes for physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual healing. But this is one, if you want the recipes, this is your friend. This is the book, and it's organized around body systems.
I have that one, and it is wonderful.
Ah, thank you. The one you mentioned that your daughter loves is The Young Green Witch's Guide to Plant Magic. This is my most recent book, and it is exquisitely illustrated, not by me, by Rachel Grant. I'll show you the motherwort, one of the motherwort pictures, just to give you a sense. Is that not fabulous?
So gorgeous.
With the lion and the so this is designed for children, but of course we're all children, so it's for children of all ages.
A
And
very
the
magical book.
magical goes through 9 plants, and each plant has a poem and what the plant says and what its magic is, as well as herbal information and how to use it in the kitchen and how to work with it in magic and ritual, and oh yeah, herbal healing. Last but not least, the Green Witch's Pocketbook of Wisdom, Big Little Life Tips, which, by the way, I just recorded as an audiobook, is filled with the teachings that guide me, what
Okay.
I
Amazing.
practice. So good luck. Take your pick. See what calls you.
Wonderful, wonderful. They will all be applicable. So see what your intuition guides you to.
Oh, and the book I read from, The Generosity of Plants, like the Quantum School of Global Healing, also a good portion of proceeds from this book
Mhm.
goes to benefit United Plant Savers, which is an organization that was formed when we saw that herbal medicine was moving, was growing so much that suddenly our beloved plants were actually getting endangered by commercialism of them. So the generosity of plants is a whole bunch of quotes from all sorts of plant people, not just herbalists, and it is beautiful. I'm genuinely honored to be included in this book.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing your books with us. That is so wonderful. Wonderful to know. We have a question here from Lydia saying, what if one is on a super strict retirement budget? I know the program is worth $1,800, but it is not in my budget. Okay, so yes, and there may be others who are wondering the same thing. So we really want every single person to donate the amount that is truly right for you. You do not have to send 1,800. Send the amount that is right for you. It might be much less than that. That is okay. It is okay. There's no judgment. There's no like, better
You
donation,
will
worse
be
donation.
you will
There's
be
nothing.
every bit as welcomed.
Yes,
Whatever your donation is, you are as welcome as the next person. And people who can give more, and people who can't, give what you can. Please don't let that hold you back. Please don't let that hold you back.
exactly. Yes, couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Robin Rose. And this is really what we love, about the Quantum School and being able to offer these courses on a donation basis is every single one of you who wants to join, you are in your complete sovereignty. You get to choose. You get to choose. We're not saying it has to be this amount or it has to be that amount. You get to choose what is right for you. And this is the world that we want to create where everybody's in their full sovereignty, everybody is honored and respected, and you send the amount that is truly right for you, your budget, your finances at this moment in time.
Yeah, and that self-sovereignty is such a powerful, powerful thing to cultivate and grow into. And um, yeah, so thanks for your work with that. I really appreciate this.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. It's been a profound journey with all the sacred economics and the,
And not just in economics, but in everything,
yeah,
right? In everything. I mean, to be just share it very personally with you all, that is part of my new moon intent this month, is to really deepen owning my own authority, my own sovereignty, my own yeses and nos. So it's kind of wonderful synchronous timing.
it's perfect.
And it's very liberating. It's very liberating to own your own authority.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, truly. So we have another question here asking from Amy. She's asking to, oh, sorry, a bird just hit my window. Apologies. I think it's okay though. It flew away. It scared me though. Amy is asking, do we need to buy these plants in order to participate?
No, no, Amy, you don't. You can just listen and buy them later if you want, or grow them later. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
The only thing you need is you. That's all I need from you is you. So
And
I
I
would
think
suggest you bring a notebook and a pen because you'll want to write things down.
I think it's so important to mention that just as we did with motherwort today, we can connect with these plants on an energetic level.
Oh,
So for any of these modules, and I'm sure you could say more about this than I will, but you may not have the plants on hand, but you can make a very deep connection with them. You can receive messages from them, you
yeah.
know.
I'm not expecting anybody to bring any plants. I'm just going to make you aware of what plants I'll be talking about in case you would like to.
Wonderful. So it's a choose your own adventure, everybody. You get to choose your price. You
Uh,
get to
And,
choose
and your
which
timing.
herbs you work with.
Right, and your timing, because the beauty of, of the magic Zoom portal, right, of the techno, is that if that time of day isn't available to you, you come, join the course and you listen afterwards. Of course, I love it, for everybody to show up who can, but even just like this recording, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people who will listen to this not today, right, after today. So yeah, don't let that stop you either.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. There's a beautiful comment here from Leanie. She says, I love all your books and turn to them frequently. The gift of healing herbs is so highlighted, underlined, marginal notes, and lots of sticky notes, and is rarely found on my bookshelf because I'm always using it. Love it.
Thank you so much. Music to my ears.
Yes, thank you, Leanie, for that comment. Let's see. Do you recommend, I think this is what you're saying here because there's one word I'm not exactly sure, but I think it says, do you recommend this class for someone who loves insects? I don't know if that's related, but I figured I would
Sure.
read that
Yeah.
question.
I mean, one of the things that hooked me into herbal medicine, oh, those years ago, was the teacher said, "Oh, well, you see, Robin, the study of plants is the study of everything. So you can't really talk about plants without talking about insects, or soil, or weather, or birds, or yeah,
Or us.
or us, or yeah, right? Plants. 85% of the world is covered with plants. So yes.
Yes.
And will motherwort, I just see a question, so I'll answer. Will motherwort vine up a tree? No, no, it's not a vine.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was one question here. So Gia was asking, will we have recordings of the classes? And yes, absolutely. Every class is recorded and you will get access to it usually within a day after or less than a day after the class occurs. And someone else is asking, I cannot participate live. Can I join and get the same from watching the videos? And yes, absolutely, you can. Everything will be recorded. All of the practices, you will get them. All of the herbal recommendations, you will get them. So don't worry, you won't miss anything.
The chants,
Need to,
songs, meditations, you will get them.
yes,
Yeah.
amazing. And we have a question here about lifetime access. Yeah, so you do get lifetime access to all of this. We're not taking it down at some point in time. We're not taking it down 1 year from now or anything like that. So
So
yeah, you can come back to it again and again. We don't want anything to be limited in any way. So that's part of the quantum school way of doing things. Yeah. And there was a question from Jessica. Can we pay an amount now that we can afford? And if we can, pay more at a later date. You can, Jessica. And also, I just want to say the amount you can send now is perfect, and you don't even have to send more later. Of course, if you want to, you certainly could, but you don't need to. So you can just send the amount you're able to right now and let that be all. Take that freedom and enjoy the class. Okay. Let's see, let's see. So I think that looks like all of our questions for now.
Great.
Um, do you have anything else you want to share, Robin, before we close for today? We're almost at the end of our time here.
How about perhaps another little chant, or
Yeah, I think we would all love that.
I don't know who wrote this one, but it's sweet. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of my heart. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the goddess. Opening, opening, I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of my heart.
That was just beautiful. Thank you so much for gifting us that beautiful chant.
The earth
And
loves when we sing. She loves when we sing. She loves when we dance. And we don't have to be good at it. We just have to be sincere about it.
so wonderful. Thank you, Robin Rose, for everything you have shared here today. Truly an honor to be with you and a delight and a joy to be with you. And I know this is just the beginning. Everybody will get to experience your wonderful course over these upcoming 4 weeks. So thank you for these incredible gifts.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all the beautiful course materials you ladies created.
Yes, huge thanks to Kathleen and to Anna
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
all the beautiful materials that you see, these beautiful pages that we shared with you today, they have created them, and their magic and creativity is just boundless and incredible. So love you both so much.
Pleasure
And
is
thank you
yours,
for all of you.
Jocelyn. Beautiful to be with you and everybody who came. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Much love to you, Robin Rose. May you
Okay.
have a
And
beautiful rest of your day. We can't wait to see you in your course.
yay. It's very soon, right? It's very soon. And I think people only have 1 week, right? To register.
That is an important note. Yes, registration is open until October 15th. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, so the course starts on October 22nd, but we do need everybody to register by October 15th so we can make sure everything is well coordinated for you by the time the course begins.
Right.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much to those who've been on live with us. We're so glad to have you with us. Lots of love to you. And thank you also those who are watching this later as the replay. Much love to you as well. Hope you have all enjoyed and received so much from this beautiful presentation today. And we'll see you again soon.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye for now, everybody.